Most people try to fix their sleep when they are already in bed. That's too late, and that's the reason why they never fix it. I was dealing with really bad sleep. I thought I just had to sleep more, but that wasn't the problem. See, I used to wake up really sluggish with brain fog, already tired. Like, I didn't have energy to start the day. I was like so slow in my thinking, in my clarity. I was starting the day really slow, and I just thought it was my way to of being. Like, I always was a person that was more active in the afternoon. So I thought, okay, so I'm just this kind of person. But I realized my sleep had a big impact in my energy. And today I'm gonna reveal you how I fix it. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not about sleeping more. I try to increase my sleep and going from sleeping 7 hours to sleeping 9, to sleeping 10, to sleeping 12, and the problem is still the same. I couldn't fix it. And even some days where I slept less, like 6 hours or even 5 hours or even more some days, I wake up like refreshed, and I didn't understand the problem. I was like, okay, so what's the thing? What is happening here? And there are three phases in the sleep that you have to understand how they work, and you have to have them in place in order to fix your sleep. And that's exactly what I did. See, the sleep has the most, and this is scientifically proved, the most impact in your daily energy, in your health, in your risk to get diseases, to get issue, in almost everything to happen to you in terms of diseases. The sleep is the most important thing. In your energy, if you wake up and you don't want to go and conquer the world, then you are not sleeping enough or good. I will not say enough, because that's not the problem. You're not sleeping enough good as you have to be. So what to do, how to fix it? First of all, I'm gonna go through the first step, which is the pre sleep phase, which is, by the way, the most important one. See, most people think that they have to set an alarm to wake up, right? Well, let me tell you this. You don't even need an alarm. You can wake up naturally at the same time. But the thing is, you need to set an alarm to go to sleep. I'm gonna explain to you how to have a good pre-sleep routine. Okay, I'm gonna reveal you mine. Routine. Okay, so when it comes to the pre-sleep routine, basically you are preparing your body to recover. Okay, understand this. The main objective, the main goal for in your sleep is to recover. So that's why it's so important, because if you want to have a really productive day and juice your whole day, then you gotta recover, because you're gonna be tired after everything that you have to do. So you need to have a good sleep in order to recover and do the same the other day, and recover and do it again, and recover and do it again. If your sleep is missing, then you are not gonna be able to maintain your intensity in your day by day. That is what happens to most people. They end up falling or not being consistent enough, or leaving what they are doing in terms of, if they are, for example, training, or in one day they don't want to go and train, and then they leave the gym, is because they are not sleeping and recovering enough. Good, okay? So the main thing that you have to understand is that you have to, when you are before going to sleep, you have to reduce your cortisol, okay, and you gotta increase your melatonin, right? Melatonin. So what does that even mean? So your cortisol is the hormone, the substance of stress. So when you are stressed, your body is producing cortisol. So why do you want to reduce cortisol? And in other words, why reducing cortisol is important? Because you cannot rest good if your body is producing cortisol. It's like when you are stressed, your body is like trying to survive. That's why you stress in things, because things are happening. And you know why? What is the main activity that stress the mind before going to sleep? It is checking the phone. Okay? That's the main thing, the main habit that really increase your cortisol, because you are seeing things happen in your phone. So when you see things happen, like people and things, that actually increases your perception, or okay, I'm awake, I'm not trying to rest, I'm trying to see what happened, to pay attention so I can survive. I cannot be asleep right here because I'm seeing something. I'm seeing people, right? So that stress your mind. And the second thing is blue light. Okay? So blue light increases, these are things that increase your cortisol. Blue light, because when you have light is basically your mind identify that as, okay, it's day. It's not nighttime. It's not time to sleep to recover. It's time to be awake. So your mind is still awake and is still producing cortisol. So that interrupts your sleep and your recovery. So your body cannot take a rest when you are active, when you are doing things, because you are telling your mind, in other words, your mind is telling your body, hey, we cannot rest right now. We gotta pay attention to this. So when you check your phone, when you have blue light, you are activating your mind, and that, what it makes is that you are basically disrupting your recovery from actually preventing your brain to slow down, because that essentially is what you want when you're start producing melatonin. So when your cortisol is high, your melatonin goes down, right? Because the melatonin is a neurotransmitter that your mind produces when you are trying to sleep. So when your melatonin is low because your cortisol is high, your mind, your body cannot recover. So you gotta decrease your cortisol, and naturally your melatonin is gonna increase. See, a lot of people take they supplement with melatonin, right? Which is not bad, you can do it. But if you supplement with melatonin and at the same time you are still checking the phone, or you are still consuming blue light, which is the same, like here you are doing both at the same time, it's like, what's the point? You are not doing effectively. What you want is to avoid the things that produces you cortisol before sleeping. That's the thing that is gonna produce melatonin naturally. All right. So basically, this pre-sleep phase is around, where I can put it. I'm gonna put it right here, which is 60 minutes. Okay. 60 I don't know if you can see there. I think yes. It's 60 minutes. Okay? Minutes. So that's the time that your pre-routine lasts. So that means that you want to leave your phone 60 minutes before bed, and you want to avoid blue light, right? Avoid light. So if you live in an apartment or in your home, just turn the lights off, or use like more low lights. Like for example, don't use the main light. You can use another light that doesn't illuminate too much, because what you want is your body understand that, all right, so the sun is getting in, basically is hiding. So you want to give the right signals to your body that it has to go to sleep, and you're gonna achieve that by decreasing the lights in your home, in your apartment. Okay, use lower lights at the time, like 60 to 90 minutes before going to sleep. All right, so this is the step right here, number 1. Step number 1 is to decrease your cortisol and increase your melatonin by not checking the phone and increasing blue light. So the step 2 is you want to calm your body. Okay, so to calm your body, I'm gonna basically, this is these both are step 1. I'm gonna add right here, which is the steps 2. The step 2 is to, actually I'm gonna, sorry, so we have more space right here. So the step number 2 this thing is not writing. One sec. Okay, so the step 2 is to calm your body. Okay, so how do you calm your body? You can do this by taking a cold shower. That's the first habit. I start taking cold shower and absolutely changes everything, because your body is gonna be more quiet. It's gonna understand that you can take a cold shower or a warm shower. Both work before going to sleep, because your body is gonna regulate his own temperature. So when you take a shower, you're gonna feel relaxed. You see always that you take a shower, you feel relaxed, right? So take a shower before sleep. That is gonna reset your inner system, and you're gonna feel so much quiet, so you can actually go and sleep. Then what you can do is, well, basically a rule is no caffeine, of course. So don't take late coffees. All right, don't take late coffees, and neither alcohol. Okay, because that is gonna produce that you have a problem with recovery. Okay, so if you are, for example, what I do is on Saturday, I don't drink alcohol basically almost. I don't drink alcohol almost at all. Just, let's say this last month, I've been drinking like the last 4 weekends. So once a week, the weekends, I drink, but the past year, I don't remember drinking in almost the whole year. So around 4 times in the whole year, I think. But you want to avoid alcohol, and I'm gonna put it here also with caffeine. Why? Because your alcohol, and this is more important if you train, if you work out, because your alcohol. So when you drink alcohol, you have to understand that the alcohol is not a nutrient. It's not something that your body actually takes. So what the only thing that it does is your body is gonna try to eliminate it as fast as possible. So when you have alcohol in your system while you are sleeping, your body is prioritizing to eliminate the alcohol instead of recovering your body. So instead of, for example, going to and take all the repair the muscle, so your muscles grows, produce more testosterone, the right hormones, so your metabolism is in place. So when you have alcohol in the system, that's why we have when we drink too much, we wake up with low energy, with brain fog, headache, and all that, because of the reason that your body is trying to eliminate this instead of recovering. So you wake up like just like you don't understand where you at if you drink too much. But even if you just drink a little bit, don't drink. And these are gonna be really big fixes to actually improve your pre-sleep routine. So we have reducing our cortisol, we have calming your body by controlling what you eat, what you drink, and relaxing your body. So don't also work out in the night, like before sleep. Work out like 3 or at least 3 hours before sleep. 3 hours is too little, like 4 hours before sleep. Like end your workout 4 hours before sleep. Because if you work out too close to sleep, you're gonna still so active, and your body is not gonna have enough time to understand that it's time to recover. The step number 3, right here, is to basically do a mind transition, and this is basically the goal of everything that we just covered. A mind transition. Okay, so what is a mind transition mean? It means that your body is gonna go from awake to recovery mode. Okay, so a good habit that I recommend for this is journaling, right? So you can write your goals for the next day. You can write your what you learned, or you can just think. I mean, what I actually do is I just go to my balcony and I sit on a chair and I just stare to a tree or something, or just to the city, and I'm just thinking, like not thinking in anything, with the lights turn off, and I'm just there. Also, you can write what you're gonna do tomorrow, right? It says that the best way to start a day is to finish the day in the right way. So if you want to actually have a productive next day, what are you doing today to actually give yourself something for tomorrow? So if you write the 3 main things that you have to do tomorrow, that is actually one of the main things that made me so much productive. I could achieve actually producing so much more, doing so much more by just writing down the things that I have to do tomorrow. Okay, so we have cortisol control, we have calming your body, and we have mind transition. So start transitioning to the next day. Okay, so we're gonna do now with the while you are sleeping. Okay, so while you are sleeping is basically, I'm gonna write it here, while, oh, this doesn't work, so while sleeping. Okay, so while you are sleeping, the main thing that you have to understand is that your body is gonna sleep and it's gonna have like the REM phase. Basically, so you have 90 minutes REM phase, and in this phase that we have approximately 2 or 3 per night. So in this phase, what is gonna happen is that your body is gonna have the biggest recovery in this phase. Okay, so for that, basically you want to not interrupt your body when you are in this phase. So for that, you have to basically fix your environment, right? So first, you wanna black out room, okay? So you don't want any light coming in into your room while you are sleeping, because if you have, even when you have the air conditioner turn on and you see that little light, you think it's nothing, but someday a mentor of mine told me that that is actually bad for your sleep. And I was like, okay, so how is that bad? And he told me that we identify that as like if some eye from some animal animal that want to eat us is in the black, in the darkness. So we still like, we are like half awake, half sleeping, half awake, like paying attention to that. So just I started to just throw in some pants above the air conditioner, so that little light is not visible and it's whole blackout. You don't want noise. Okay, so no noise. So for that, you have basically, if you sleep in a place where there's no too much noise, perfect. If you sleep in a city where usually you hear things, you can just use some earplugs and problem fixed. Some days where I live, there's no so much noise, any noise. But before I was living in an apartment that I had a street like right beside me, and every night I used to wake up in the middle of the night because of the noises, and that interrupts your REM phase, which is the phase that your body uses to recover. So no noise, and also you want the right temperature, right? So you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night cold or basically sweating because it's so much hot. So you want the right temperature for your room. So make sure before you go sleeping, you turn your air conditioner in the right temperature, so you sleep all the night in the same with the right temperature. Okay. And that's basically the main 3 things to have a REM phase. So see, when you have insomnia, when you wake up in the middle of the night, when you wake up with noises and all that, and at the other day you feel like, oh shit, I sleep bad, that's the reason, because you are interrupting your REM phase. So fix that, and I'm assure you're gonna have a so much better recovery. You're gonna wake up amazing. So The last one that you want is after sleep, right? After sleep, which basically what you want after your sleep is to basically make your body understand that that time of the day is the time where you're gonna start waking up. So let's say you wake up. Let's say you wake up at, let's put the normal time like 7 a.m. Okay, so you wake up at 7 a.m. right? So when you wake up at 7 a.m., your body needs to understand that this is the time that you wake up every day. So for that, there are some habits that your body are gonna. You see, when you just wake up without alarm, well, what happens is that your body understands that this is the time that you have to wake up. So you're gonna wake up without alarm, and guess what? When you wake up without alarm, you're gonna wake up so much better. Why? Because when you put an alarm on, the alarm is gonna interrupt your REM phase. Because if you are in deep sleep and a noise come out, you're gonna wake up like, oh shit, I know again, okay? But if your body understands that this is the time to wake up, then you're not gonna have a trouble, because your body naturally is gonna optimize to have the REM phase before this, and for 7 a.m. you're gonna open your eyes. You see, it's crazy what happened that actually I'm not using any alarm right now, and I'm waking every day at the same time. I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning without alarm. Crazy, right? Well, I train my system to actually wake up at 5:30. What you have to do is, step one, have solar exposure. Okay, so as soon as you wake up. So don't make that thing of waking up and close down. Be closed down. Why? Because you are gonna be like, your system is gonna see that there's no light yet. So there is no time. If there's no light, your body's not gonna understand that at that time you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. So wake up and go to, if you have a balcony with sun, perfect. Like, go there, just take the sun, go for a walk. You can leave and go outdoor somewhere, right? But take sun, okay? The step number 2 is hydration, right? If you're gonna go for a walk, hydration. If you're gonna, I'm gonna put right here 1 glass water, right? So if you're gonna go for a walk, make sure you hydrate first. You can also hydrate while you are taking like the sunlight. See, this is not like one specific routine that you have to do in order, right? It's just figuring out how to put this together in your case. So for example, I had a balcony in my last apartment, right? So I used to wake up, prepare some water, and I just go outside in the balcony and drink a glass of water, right? But right now I don't have a balcony. So what I do is I go outside, I go for a walk. But before I go for a walk, I take a glass of water and then I go for a walk. So this is like my daily habit that I do. And actually it trains my brain to do that every morning, right? And then you want to avoid screens first time in the morning, right? The main reason why is because your body is gonna release dopamine when you see the screens. And as we know, the dopamine is something that is not good to concentration. So your body needs to go slow starting the day, not like start with like just crazy. Because when you start having that dopamine, also your body starts to producing more cortisol naturally as you wake up, and you don't want to increase your dopamine too much in the morning. If you go for a workout though, like If you wake up at 7 and you go for a workout at 7:30, that's good. You can do that. I'm waking up at 5:30 so I can start my workout at 6 a.m. Okay, I'm training in the morning. But what I'm not doing is I'm checking my phone in the morning and I just go for a workout, right? So that's what I do. I wake up, I take a glass of water, I walk to the gym, and I do a workout, right? So see, it's my simple routine. That just keep it simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Just keep these principles, and you're gonna have an amazing optimization of your sleep. Okay. So basically, this I want you to take any of the habits that we cover and implement at least just one. I hope you've been taking notes because this is literally, if you do this, you're gonna change your life, and I'm not even lying, because sleep is the main component to feel amazing, and it changed absolutely my life. I used to be the person who wake up and feel really bad, and today I'm cover everything, or if, at least the most important things that make me and have an amazing sleep, and that is how I fix my shitty sleep for having an amazing one. And I made a full video explaining the 7 things that were killing my testosterone, and I couldn't achieve the physique that I wanted and having good energy, because the sleep is a part of it, but there are 6 more that I did to actually put my testosterone in place and my metabolism, and that actually helped me to peak absolutely in my performance, in my body, in how I feel, in my confidence, and the production that I do every day. And my life absolutely changed. Like my business, my family, my relationships with the people that I love, the relationship with myself, everything changed after I changed those 6 things. So in the link in the description, you have that video if you want to check it out, and subscribe, please. If you support the channel, I really appreciate it. I'm just starting this new channel, so any comment or suggestion that you have for future videos, I'm gonna read it and doing them if they are good ideas. See you in the next video.